Hi, my name is Marimba Goldwatts, and I'm the owner of Articulating Body Inc., which is a Pilates studio in New York City that works primarily with dancers, professional dancers, aspiring dancers, and retired dancers. So today I'm going to teach you a short mat class to just strengthen and help with coordination and articulation of your body. Let's get started. So come and lie down on your back. And first you're just going to place your hands on your pelvis, and then I just want you to start to imprint your spine down onto the mat, and then you're going to let your hips tip forward into a little arch. And you're just going to go back and forth a few times like this, just feeling where your pelvis is on the mat. It should feel pretty good. Do this once more. Now go ahead and just tip your hips to one side, and I want you to keep your knees facing forward so your knees aren't going to go anywhere with you. And then switch. And keep alternating side to side, and just notice if one side goes a little further than the other. You just want to be aware of which side you have more of a bias towards. Now come back to the center, and you're just going to make sure you're not tipped forward, you're not tipped back, and you're not tipped in one direction to either side. And then I just want you to float one leg up to tabletop. Pause there, pull your navel towards your spine, and then bring your other leg up to meet it. So now stay here, take a nice inhale and feel the sides of your rib cage expand. And then on your exhale, start to alternate tapping your feet one at a time. And I want you to go as low as you can without letting your pelvis tip side to side. And so for some of you, that might be all the way down. For some people, it might not be very far. That's okay. As you're alternating, keep pulling your navel towards your spine and make sure you're not seeing like a doming up of your abdominal muscles as you move. Now let both feet come down towards the floor together, and then bring them right back up. And same thing again, only as low as you feel like you have control, and then come right back up. And especially as your legs lower down, that's when you want to feel your abdominals scoop towards your spine as much as possible. Make sure you're still breathing. Let's take an inhale on the down and a nice strong exhale on the way up. And do one more like this. Now pause at the top, extend your right leg out at 45 degrees, and then lower your leg down towards the floor, and then bend your knee right back in. Extend your left leg out, lower your leg down towards the floor, still keeping that abdominal control, and then bend your knee right back in. Switch again. Do one more time each side, and try to feel the base of your rib cage stay really heavy on the mat as your leg lowers. And you can sort of check by putting your hands here and just making sure you're not really arching forward, but you're able to keep the ribs heavy as your legs extend, and then bring both feet down to the floor. So now bring both hands behind your head, take a nice inhale. On your exhale, nod and curl your head and shoulders, and you're just going to look between your legs. So now pause here, see if you can scoop out your lower abdominals and curl up a little bit higher, and then relax all the way back. And then again, exhale as you curl up. Check your abdominals, make sure they're not bunching up towards the ceiling, but they're really flat and wide, and then relax all the way back down. And again, exhale, nod and curl. And relax. And then curl. Now I'm aiming to just curl up to the point where the bottom tips of my shoulder blades are on the mat. This time I'm going to stay up there and then float one leg up to tabletop. Float the other leg up to meet it. Hold this position, scoop your lower abdominals a little bit more, and then start to alternate tapping your feet. Again, I'm trying to make sure that the position of my back and my torso doesn't change. Do one more time each side. And then bring both feet down and then relax your head and shoulders. Bring one leg back up to tabletop. Bring the other leg up to meet it. This time I'm going to nod and curl with my legs already up. Pause there. Extend one leg out at 45 degrees. Grab onto your opposite leg. You're going to hold it. And switch. 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 Make sure your chin really comes towards the front of your throat so that your neck doesn't get tired. Switch. And switch. And switch. And switch one more time each side. Switch and switch. Bend both knees. Relax your head and shoulders and then bring both feet down to the floor. Last set here. Nod and curl your head and shoulders. Bring one leg up to tabletop. Bring the other leg up to meet it. Now you're going to keep that 90 degrees, keep the curl, and then start to let both feet come down towards the floor. And then back up. And again, you're going to go only as low as you feel like you have control. Let's go for 2 more. And then bring your feet all the way down and relax. Now bring your arms down to your sides, separate your feet sits bone width apart, and then start to articulate your hips and peel them up and off the floor. Think of the thighs reaching forward over the feet, and then articulate back down through your spine. And again, imprint your spine and peel on up. Feel your thighs reach forward, and then roll right back down. Keep going. Let's go for 2 more. This last time, go ahead and lift up and stay at the top. Now, your goal is to keep your pelvis as stable as possible. And then you're going to just test your hips. You can put your hands there and then bring one leg up to tabletop without letting anything shift. And then replace your foot back down. Switch sides. Bring the other leg up. And then replace it. Switch again. And then replace it. And switch. And replace it. Now, if that feels easy for you, take your elbows off and continue. And then replace it. And switch. And replace it one more time each side. And then replace it. Last one. And then replace it and peel on down through your spine. Peel your hips right back up again. Feel your knees reach forward. This time you're going to bring one leg up to tabletop. And then I want you to fold in your hips, just crease, and then lift your hips right back up. And again, fold and lift. If this is challenging for you, you can put your arms down at your sides. If you want more challenge, keep your elbows up. Switch sides. We're going for 4. And lift, and lower, and lift. As you lift, try to make sure you're not lifting by arching your back, but you're almost feeling like your hips tuck to create the lift in your pelvis, and then bring your foot down and peel on down through your spine. Last set here, peel your hips right back up, pause at the top, float one leg up to tabletop. Now this time extend your leg up towards the ceiling, flex your foot, and now lower your leg down towards the floor as low as you feel like you have control. Bend your knee, développé right back up. And again, lower down towards the floor. Bend your knee, développé. Last time, lower down towards the floor. Bend your knee, développé. Replace your foot. Bring your other leg up. Flex your foot, lower down towards the floor. Bend your knee, développé. And again, lower down. Bend your knee, développé. Last time, lower down. Bend your knee, développé. Replace your foot. And then peel on down through your spine one vertebra at a time. Grab behind one thigh and just hug your knee into your chest. Now pause here, straighten that leg up towards the ceiling, and now flex and bend your knee. And again, straighten and point, and then flex and bend. One more time, straighten and point. Walk your hands up towards your calf. You're going to pause here. I want you to make sure you're not rounding your back, but your back is really in that same neutral position. And now press your calf down into your hands, activate your hamstring, and then relax and pull your leg in towards you a little more. And again, press down into your hands. And then relax and pull your leg in towards you. One more time. This is a more effective way to increase your flexibility than just going and sitting into a stretch, because it's dynamic, and that allows you to increase the length of your muscle more easily. Hold this, and then relax. Switch sides. Grab behind your thigh, pull your knee in towards your chest, straighten your leg up towards the ceiling, and then flex and bend. Straighten your leg up and flex and bend. Straighten your leg up. Pause there, walk your hand up to your calf. Now you're going to press your calf down into your hands and then relax and pull your leg in a little bit. And then again, press your leg down into your hands and then relax and pull your leg in a little bit more. And then press your leg down into your hands. Relax and pull in a little bit more. Hold this. Now pause here, nod and curl your head and shoulders. Extend your other leg out at 45 degrees. You're going to pulse your leg in towards you twice. Exhale and switch. Switch and a switch. Switch and a switch. Switch, keep it going. Switch, a switch. Switch, 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 and switch. We'll do 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend both knees in, relax your head, hug your knees into your chest, and just rock side to side and give yourself a little moment. Okay, so now you're going to come and lie on your side and let's work on the turnout. So first things first, you're just going to stack yourself up with your head all the way down, and I want you just to make sure you have a little air underneath your waist on the bottom side. So if you're collapsed all the way down, that would be sort of like sinking into your standing leg. So you want to have a little bit of space underneath that leg at all times. So now maintain that. Pull your abdominals in, and then I just want you to lift your top knee up towards the ceiling in a clamshell. And as you lift, try to make sure your pelvis isn't rocking forward or back. It's just going to stay stacked up. Let's do 2 more like this. Now you're going to lift both feet up towards the floor. Keep your bottom foot where it is so that it's working the turnout too, and now lift your top knee up from here. So we call these killer clams. And again, make sure your pelvis is staying stacked up. Let's do 2 more. And then relax your legs all the way back down. Bring your top leg up to tabletop now, and you're going to bring it forward at 90 degrees so that your knee is in line with your navel. Now hold your thigh where it is and then rotate so that your foot comes towards the floor in front of you, and then come back to parallel. And we're going to go for 8 of these also. And all of these exercises improve your turnout. So we used to think that stretching improved your turnout. Now science has told us that that's not the case, that actually strength helps it with your turnout. So the more strengthening you do, the more flexible your muscles will actually become to hold yourself at your maximum potential. Do one more. And then relax. And I'll give your hip a little bit of a moment. You can give it a little pound. And then bring your leg back up to that tabletop position. Turn your leg out. So now from here, this is sort of like an attitude front. You're going to carry your leg up to the side into attitude side. And then again, bring it front and then side. And front and side. Last time. Front and side, and relax. Good. Pause there for a moment, and now go ahead and come and lie face down. From here, you're just going to extend your chest up, take a little baby arch, lift your hands off, and then relax down. And then again, extend, feel your collarbones wide, your shoulder blades wide, lift your hands up, and then relax. One more time, extend. Feel your collarbones wide, lift your hands up, lift your legs up, turn them out, and now we're just going to beat your heels together. Take another 16. And then relax down, and then just sit back into a little child's pose. Now peel on up and let's go to the other side. Going to move my mic so that it doesn't get totally squished. Okay, so I'm coming all the way down here. I'm going to stack my legs up, and now from here I'm just going to lift my top knee up towards the ceiling in a clamshell, and I'm again making sure I'm just going to lift myself all the way up, and I'm again just making sure that I have a little bit of air underneath my bottom waist. And I'm using this top hand to just make sure that I'm not rocking forward and back. Last one. Now lift both feet up towards the ceiling, keep your bottom foot where it is, and then lift the top knee. And then last one. And relax all the way down. Good. So now bring your top foot up to parallel tabletop, and then you're just going to hold your thigh where it is in a space hold, and now let your foot rotate towards the floor, and then come back up to parallel. Let's go for 2 more. And relax and just take a moment. Okay, here comes the last set. So now you're going to bring your leg back to that parallel tabletop, turn it out to front attitude, and then rond de jambe to attitude side, and then float it back down again to tap the floor, and lift right back up. And we're going to go for 4 of these. Last one. And then just relax. Good. So now come on up to your hands and knees. And then from here, we're just going to take a moment and work on our shoulder blades. So having strong shoulder blades has a lot to do with how you turn and also how you hold your arms. Partnering is essential with strong arms. So you're just going to let your shoulder blades come together and then separate them nice and wide. And again, let them come together. And even though they're coming together, I'm not letting my abdominals sink down. I'll tuck in my shirt so you can see that a little bit better. I'm still holding my abdominals up and then separate. And again, let them come together and then separate them nice and wide. So now keeping that width, I'm going to extend my opposite arm and leg out. Hold that position, pull your navel towards your spine, and then replace it. And then switch. And replace it. Switch again. And replace it. And switch. And replace it. One more time each side. Last time. We're going to take 10 baby push-ups, hugging your elbows towards your side and keeping your triceps, your shoulder blades, and your collarbones as wide as possible. And then last one, and then relax and just shake it out. So now come on up to sit and let's face the other direction, and we're going to work a little bit on roll downs. So I'm going to grab behind my thighs here, and then I'm going to imagine I'm still really suspended, so I'm not going to sort of slump down into my spine, and then just start to roll back until your arms are straight. Now pause there, scoop your abdominals in a little bit more, and then curl right back up. And again, same thing, start to roll back till your arms can straighten all the way. You can sort of test yourself here. Can you take your hands off or not? And then curl right back up. And again, curl down. Now I'm going to inhale to curl right back up. Let's do a couple more like that. Curl down. And then inhale to curl right back up. This can also really stretch out your back if you're feeling like your back is a little tight or sore. And then curl right back up. Last time, curl down. And then curl all the way back up and relax. So now sit back and straighten your legs. And then I just want you to start to press down through the balls of your feet like you're pressing into releve. Curl your toes under, and for once you're going to imagine you're sort of curling your toes like you're trying to grab something, and then curl right back up. So generally we want long toes, but in this instance we're working on strengthening the little muscles in the feet, the lumbricals and the intrinsic muscles of the feet. They're a cool name. And so you want to think about really kind of making them as articulate as possible. Now reverse these. So you're going to curl down, lengthen out through your toes, and then flex your feet to come back up. And I always imagine that I'm creating the wave motion with my feet. It's like I'm trying to make my feet as fluid and articulate as water. Now I'm going to alternate one foot and then the other. And this is a great way to warm up your feet if you're new to point shoes and you need to put on point shoes, or if you need to warm up your feet quickly before class or rehearsal or performance and you don't have a lot of space or a lot of time. And then reverse these. And then just relax and just kind of shake them out. So now go ahead and come and sit with your feet just in front of you. And then from here, we're going to work a little bit on doming. So doming is another way to create foot strength and also to improve your feet, your point, and your jumps. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you're sliding the ball of your foot back and you're going to lift your metatarsals up without curling your toes under. And so I'm thinking about creating an arch here on the top of my foot, and also if I turn my foot sideways, an arch here. So I'm really sliding those metatarsals up and back with long toes, and then relax. And I'm going to go for 8 of them. You can do 2 feet. I'm just showing you the inside view. Now that I have the dome easy, I'm going to curl, and then I'm just going to start to allow my feet to inch forward. And then I'm going to curl and think of lengthening my heel as I move my feet back in space. And then again, inch forward. And then rewind that and come back. And initially when you start these, they're going to feel very crampy, and that's okay. One more time, reach forward. As you get stronger, they'll be less crampy, and you'll really feel the articulation move through your feet. And then reverse. Last time, move forward. And then reverse. And relax. So now come and lie on your back, and we're going to do just a short combination to work on everything we've put together so far. So set yourself up, and then bring your knees into your chest, nod and curl your head and shoulders, and you're going to extend one leg out and switch and switch and switch. Straighten that leg, switch and switch and switch and switch. Switch one more time. From here, bring your arms to high fifth. You're going to rotate to your side, keeping your arms in fifth. Let's take 3 rond de jambes. 1, 2, 3. Rotate onto your back. Hold your leg and switch and switch and switch and switch. We'll start again. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Straighten that leg, stretch, and 6 and 7 and 8. One more time, switch. Bring your arms to fifth, rotate onto your side. Pause there, 3 rond de jambes. 1, 2, 3. Hold it, rotate onto your back, switch and switch and switch and switch. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Extend your leg, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Bring your arms to fifth. Rond de jambe, rotate. 3 rond de jambes. 2, 3. Roll onto your back. Hold it. 5, 6, 7 and 8. Again, a switch. And 2 and 3 and 4. Extend that leg. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. We've got to switch. Bring the arms to fifth. Roll onto your side. 3 rond de jambes. 1, 2, 3. Roll back onto your back. Pull your abdominals in. And 6 and 7 and 8. Hug your knees in. Phew. And relax. So now we've talked about how important it is to work on shoulder strength for partnering, for turns, for everything else. So now let's up the ante a little bit and make it a little bit more challenging. So I want you to come down onto your forearms, and today instead of a normal plank, we're actually going to have the hands separate with your palms down. So come into this position first. So we've talked a little bit about improving your shoulder strength and your arm strength for partnering and for turning. So we've talked about working a little bit on improving your shoulder strength for partnering and for turning. So let's up the ante a little bit, and we're going to add in some planks. So today I want you to have your hands just straight down in front of you as opposed to more of a traditional sort of triangular position. So let's come down into the plank. And first I want you to walk your knees back, but you're not going to lift them off. So you're just going to allow your hips to move forward, and remember that nice wide shoulder blade position from before. So now here it is again. Pull your abdominals in like crazy. Now flex your feet and then straighten your legs. Hold that. Keep pulling your navel up towards the ceiling. And then bend your knees. Take a moment. Come back into your plank. Pause there. Pull your navel towards your spine. Straighten your legs. And then bend your knees. Relax. Last time. Glide your shoulders forward. Straighten your legs. Hold it. And then relax all the way down and take a moment. So now you're going to come down onto your side. And I just want you to set yourself up with your knees bent. First, you're going to let your shoulders just totally slump. Feel your ribs drop down towards the floor. And now feel like your top side reaches away to lift up. And again, let everything slump. And then lift. And then slump. And then lift. Now from here, lift your hips up. Feel both sides nice and long. Try not to crunch your bottom side. Hold this. And now I'm just making sure that my shoulder is directly over my elbow. I'm not forward or back. I'm just in line, and then I'm going to come right back down. Now, if this is challenging for you, you're going to stick with this version. If you want more challenge, go ahead and extend your legs, and you're going to take your top foot and put it slightly in front of your bottom foot. So now from there, lift up. And now I really want you to feel your bottom side engage, your bottom hip especially. That's your standing leg for développés. And then lower your hips right back down. One more time, go ahead and lift. And then lower your hips right back down. And then switch sides. So now come and stack yourself up. Make sure your elbows are right underneath your shoulder. And then just sink down, press into the floor, and lift away. And again, sink down, feel the stretch in between your rib cage. And then lift. One more time, sink. And then lift. Maintain that. Lift your hips up. And then lower your hips right back down. And again, lift. And then lower back down. Now, if that's easy for you, you're going to go for the more advanced version, one foot in front of the other, and then lift. And then lower down. I'm doing one extra on this side because I did the two easy ones. And then come all the way down and relax. Good. Okay, so now that we're standing, you're just going to choose your smarter standing leg, and everybody has one side. So mine is my right. So I'm going to stand on my right leg, and then you just want to make sure that you're not sort of sinking down into that hip, but you're really lifting up and away from that hip without unleveling your free leg. So I'm coming into a little bit of a parallel coupe here. And now all I want you to do is plie. Now, keep your kneecap facing straight forward, and then you're going to rotate your body to turn out. Straighten your leg. And then again, plie. Come back to parallel. And stretch. Plie. Turn out. And stretch. Plie. Parallel. And stretch. Plie. Turn out. And stretch. Last one. Plie. Parallel. And stretch. Switch legs. So this exercise is designed to improve your turnout and as much control as you have over your turnout, plie, parallel, and straighten. And as you're rotating around, you want to make sure that your waist is staying level and straighten. Easier said than done. And straighten, plie, turn out, and straighten, plie, parallel, and straighten last time, plie, turn out, and straighten, parallel, and straighten, and relax. Good. From here, we're just going to finish by bringing your feet together in parallel. You're going to feel like your feet spiral towards one another, and we're going to take 8 parallel, nice slow releves here. Let's do 2 more. And then last one. And then relax and just shake it out. Excellent. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you do it regularly, you'll find that you feel smart. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you do it regularly, thank you so much for joining me for class. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do this class regularly, you'll notice that you get stronger, more aligned, and more coordinated in your dance training. So enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me today in this class. I hope that you Thank you so much for joining me today in this class. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you do it on a consistent basis, you'll notice that you become much stronger and better aligned in your class, in your technique classes, and hopefully that will help improve and lengthen your dance career. Enjoy.